So yes, today is all about the difference between auto sprint and not auto sprint. And if you do use auto sprint, a setting that you should realistically be using to give you an advantage in your normal games. Whether that's ranked or just casual play and trying to get better, these settings I'm going to tell you today and show you how to activate these settings are going to improve you as a player and your game sense overall. So what you want to do, you want to go into your settings and you go into auto sprint, and firstly you want to turn it off if you have it on. Now when you hold W, you then just begin to walk, and then you hold shift. Just by pressing the button you can start sprinting, but when you start walking, you suddenly become much more quieter and you kind of become under the radar. Now this is something that auto sprint players do not get to use, but as you see in this video, I show you guys two different ways on how you can actually do this. So non-auto sprint players, all you have to do is just by a click of a button, they start sprinting, and a click of the button again, they stop sprinting. Or you can hold the button either which way. It's totally up to you. But yes, they get the advantage and the privilege of just walking, and I think as auto sprint players you don't realize, well, you move now. As auto sprint players, I don't think we realize how big an advantage this really is. So if you want to know how you can walk and stay under the radar, which will improve you as a player, improve your game sense, and ultimately you will become better this season, especially in ranked, because this is something that you can really take advantage of and auto sprint players do not use. So yeah, if you do go on to enjoy this video, make sure you go down below and drop a like. Dropping a like helps you to push this video out to the viewers who really need to see this. If you found this video helpful for you, dropping a like will help other people find out this trick and ultimately will improve their game as well as yours. So if you really want to help me out, make sure you go down below and drop a like. And if you want to help me out even more, we are fast approaching 2,000 subscribers. So if you want to help me personally, make sure you go down below and drop a sub. I just want to say thank you guys so much for your support recently. It has been insane. So yeah, if you guys want to know how you can walk whilst having auto sprint equipped and ultimately improve you as a player, improve your game sense, and will ultimately help you, one, rank up, and two, just get better at the game overall, then make sure you keep watching this video here. So recently I saw this video on screen now, which goes over a setting that auto sprint users should be using. I'm going to link that video in the description down below as well if you guys want to go and check that out, because that is where I've seen this original idea from. But within that video, he goes and tell you that you need to go into your launcher and then add the line of code, which allows you to actually walk when holding shift. So it allows you to go from sprint to then walking. But there is another way to do this, but we all see that the pros like to use walking. So when they're running around the map, they're shooting, doing stuff like this, and then when they come across a team that they want to be silent on, they then begin to walk, because it allows you to become more quieter and more stealthy and get the surprise attack on the enemy team. We see this a lot in ALGS and even just ranked games in general, and something that you guys should be doing anyway. But auto sprint players, like if you go into your settings and you have auto sprint enabled, just right here, if this is set to on instead of off, then one thing that you can't do is actually go back to walking. Or so you think. No, I'm not holding shift either, and I did not add the line of code into my launcher, and I'm going to tell you how you can do this right now. It is as simple as just start walking, start running even, because you have auto sprint on. So when you hold right click without a weapon in your hands, you then begin to walk. It's as simple as that. All you need to do is hold right click when you are running. So I'm auto sprinting now, I'm running, I hold right click, and now I'm walking. Now the only thing is, you do have to stop for a split second, hold right click, and then go. So you can't auto sprint, can't be running now, hold right click, it does nothing. You have to stop. You can literally be for a slight second, but as long as you stop, hold right click, and keep holding right click for however long you want to walk, you will begin to walk. Now this will be very, very useful for you guys who are going on the rank grind this season. It does allow you to do a lot of more things and things you couldn't do before when auto sprinting in ranked, such as the things that I described before, such as being more quieter, being more stealthy, trying to get the sneak attack on your enemies, or when even if it is something as simple as you are the only person left on your team and you're trying to make it to endgame and you need to rotate, instead of just running through and making a hell of a lot of noise, you can begin to walk. But yes, if you want to do this with your guns out, you cannot do this, obviously, because when you go to hold right click, you are then ADSing. So there's no way you can actually do this apart from adding the line of code which I talked about before, which this person talks about within his video. So what you want to do, you want to go down into the description down below, copy the code which is down there. Right, what you want to do now, you've copied that line of code, you then want to go into your search bar, you want to type in Apex, you want to type in respawn, sorry, click on the folder respawn, go into Apex, you then want to go into your settings, you want to scroll down, you want to press enter, make a new line, and then paste in the new line of code. From here, you then want to save this. You want to close it. Then you want to make it read-only. Apply, okay. Then you want to load up Apex Legends again. After you have then copied and pasted that line of code into your new settings config file, you then come back into the fire range. Make sure you have auto sprint on, by the way, and once you start running, just hold shift. Now this is the way to do it with the new setting. Don't forget that before you can do this whole thing again just by holding right click, but now you have a weapon out and you can hold shift and you can walk. This is the big thing with this config file. With the new code that you put in the config file, you can then walk with auto sprint with your gun out. If you want to do it the way that I told you guys, you can only do it with your hands out, not a weapon. But then if you copy and paste that code into your settings config file, you can then do it with your weapons out. That's good for today's video, guys. If you found this video helpful and or entertaining in any way, shape or form, then make sure you do go down below and drop a like. Thank you guys so much for your support. We actually are fast approaching 2,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. Thank you guys so much for your support. Once again, it's been my pleasure. Until next time, keep dominating Legends.